The Microsoft team is finally bringing the 2024 sim online where it should have been at launch. It's been a big week for the new sim with the 2024 marketplace and the first world update of the year being released. If you missed all of this week's sim updates, stick around as we've got you covered. Let's jump straight into the video. Thank you to Simbit World Pilots Life Chapter 2 for sponsoring this video. Hey, Pilots Life Chapter 2 simulates the career of a commercial airline pilot by generating your schedules, tracking your scores for your flights, and rewarding weekly according to your contract type and much more. Pilots Life provides a reason to fly in the sim from A to B while improving your skills as an airliner pilot, and depending on how good your scores are, you can progress throughout your airliner career to higher tier airliners and purchase more aircraft license. With over 575 airliners and over 280,000 real up-to-date routes, each flight and contract will have you experience the virtual airliner career globally, living a pilot's life. A pilot's life will work across all types of flight sim platforms, including a Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, P3D, and even FSX. Links in the description are where you can pick up your copy of Pilot's Life, and we thank them for sponsoring this video. Let's start with the in-sim marketplace. Finally, the 2024 in-sim marketplace has released. To say the least, the sim marketplace, including the backwards compatibility, has been a bit more complex to get up and running than Microsoft thought or had time to get right before the release of the 2024 sim. Jorg, the CEO of Flight Sim, had mentioned in the past in a couple of interviews and a development live stream that the in-sim marketplace won't be released until they have got it working right. Many simmers may be a little bit disappointed with the content being available with the release. That being said, thousands of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in-sim marketplace items have been ported across into the 2024 in-sim marketplace and are available in your My Library section. Almost all the content has been set to disable by default, but can be enabled at your own discretion. Only the Asobo and Microsoft content is enabled by default. Everything else has been disabled, which in my opinion is a good way to go, as some of the third-party content in your My Library folder may not be confirmed from the third-party developers as working in the 2024 sim. This way it stops crashes to desktops in the sim from third-party products because they weren't all enabled simultaneously. I personally have started enabling some of my airports that were purchased in the 2020 marketplace and haven't seen any problems thus far. When taking a look at the 2020 content in your library folder, it will display with 3 different states. A non-creator approved, which means the developer has not advised Microsoft that it's good to go within Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Not available, which means the content was not successfully ported into the 2024 sim and therefore is not available. And no tag state, which means the developer has signed off that the content is not compatible with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. With the release of the 2024 in-sim marketplace, the Microsoft team has introduced their own currency called Simverse. You can buy Simverse coins directly in the marketplace or such other places such as the Windows Store or the Xbox Store. If you do purchase Simverse coins, you will see prices in Simverse and your local currency when shopping on the marketplace. You can now choose which way you would like to pay for your purchases on checkout, and you can even choose to turn off the SimCoin pricing in your wallet options. And that being said, from the looks of it, the more Simverse coins you purchase, the more value you receive, as it seems to be a discounted rate when it comes to volume. But we'll have to wait to see till some products actually enter the marketplace to see if it works out to be cheaper. My bet is it works out to be cheaper when it comes to the Simverse coins. This way it gives a way for Microsoft to indirectly compete with third-party developer stores without changing the price, as developers set their own price in the in-sim marketplace. The rental and a gifting feature has not been released just yet. Microsoft said this will still go ahead, but we won't see a release until later on in April with Sim Update 2. Microsoft wants to make sure the current marketplace experience works as expected, so they have delayed rentals and gifting for now. Finally, the Microsoft team mentions they are working closely with third-party developers to bring some incredible products to the 2024 in Sim Marketplace, and we should start to see them appearing in batches from now. If you like this sort of content, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell so we can let you know when our next video is live. It's absolutely free and it's the best way to help the channel and get that little bit closer to that 100,000 subscriber YouTube milestone. And thank you everyone for your support. Moving on to World Update number 19, which is the first World Update for the 2024 Sim. And World Update 19 includes Brazil, Ghana, Sarang, and French Guiana. These regions encompass much of the vast Amazon basin, the Caribbean and Atlantic coastlines, which includes many biozones and modern cities. Microsoft partnered with Big Maps, Maxa, and Vexel to create this update to take advantage of the latest aerial photographics, satellite imaging, and digital elevation model data and digital terrain model. World Update number 19 includes 75 points of interest and includes 4 tin cities, which are all in Brazil: Brasilia, Ores, Pareto, Rio, and Sao Paulo. I look forward to your comments on my pronunciations of those 10 cities. A bunch of handcrafted airports are also being developed by Gaia Simulations. They include Foz do Iguaçu, Fernando de Noronha, Santos de Bons, Santorin Maristo. I'm not even going to go any closer than that. 3 discovery flights, 3 landing challenges, 3 bush trips, 3 challenge flights will be added to the World Update next week. One will be the L39 low altitude, the rally race with the FA-18, and a helicopter landing challenge. I'm not sure why these were left out with this week's release, but they will be placed into the World Update next week on the 17th. The next update for the Sim, which will be the beta flighting for Sim Update 2, which is scheduled to start around the 20th of March, which is next week. If you're still enrolled with the beta, you'll be automatically rolled into the beta or the flighting for Sim Update 2. If you opted out after the Sim Update 1 was rolled out, you'll need to enroll back in. But if you've done that before, it only takes a couple of minutes. This week, we saw March's development livestream, although the livestream included many Q&As about the Sim tech and bugs, and it was pretty short on the shorter side of things. I've included some updates that you may have not known about. Jorg said that 33% of all the real aircraft liveries for the AI aircraft are currently in the Sim, and they have more to be announced in the next couple of months, and the aim is to get as many as possible. AMD FSSR 4 will be in the Sim Update 2, maybe not in the beta straight away, but it will definitely be in the release. World Hub won't be ready until the second part of this year due to a bunch of reasons, such as T's and C's when it comes to the website in different countries and that sort of thing. Wake Turbulence will be added to multiplayer in Sim Update 2, and it will affect not just multiplayer, it also will affect aircraft if you're injecting them into the Sim with such platforms such as VATSIM. The team will also include an option for it to be turned off, just in case you have someone jumping in, say a 747, when you're trying to do some GA flying. Not all the super high aerial res photographic scenery that was demoed in the showcase during the World Live Premiere event, such as the Grand Canyon, have been published. Each of these areas of the new data is about 10 square kilometers, and Microsoft team has purchased about 100 units scattered around the globe. Some won't be used because the current dem is better, as they found out afterwards, but Jorg mentions that they will look at purchasing more in the future, but did provide a bit of a map of the areas so far, and there is more to come. City Update number 10 will be released in April, and some of the cities will include US cities such as Dallas, Fort Worth, Honolulu, Denver, and San Francisco. So when it comes to April, we should see a new local legend aircraft, sim update 2, and city update number 10. And in a late update for the week, Microsoft has mentioned they have partnered with Embraer to bring the Embraer Phenom 600 to the sim in the second part of this year. The aircraft will be developed by the Asobo and the Working Title team. Not sure if this will be part of a famous flyer or local legend, or it will just be one of their high detail payware releases that the team brings to the sim every now and again, such aircraft like the ATR. And last but not least, when it comes to this week's update, we received the second aircraft out of the 4 free aircraft for the makeup when it comes to the bad or turbulent launch of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This week we received the Cat 4, which is a local legend number 20, and it's the local legend to obviously the world update of Brazil in your sim at no charge. Normally we cover the in-sim marketplace releases for the week in this video. However, we're going to give this a miss when it comes to this section this week, as the format is going to change with the launch of the in-sim marketplace with 2024, and we should start to see third-party add-ons being released and entering the backlog list going forward. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. This way we can let you know when our next video goes live. It's absolutely free and it helps us get that little bit closer to that 100,000 subscriber milestone, and we look forward to seeing you in another video real soon. Happy simming.